tonight in San Diego. We want to thank our live studio audience taping here at the Raw Space at Spreckles. And our studio audience will win prizes like these. We got 2 tickets to the San Diego Air Guitar, June 18th at the Marrow. If you want to win stuff like this, make sure to check us out at tonightsinsandiego.com to get tickets, or check us out on social media and post to Twitter and Instagram, hashtag Tonight in San Diego. Our next guest is the food and drink editor at San Diego Magazine, and he's the #1 judge on the Food Network. Please welcome Troy Johnson. Immediately taking all the prizes. I see how it is.
Absolutely. I heard air guitar, and I'm like, I'm in.
You're in for that.
Yeah.
So Troy, I love having guests on that I know personally. Troy and I are both OB guys, or Ocean Beach.
I am a new
guy.
Ocean Beach guy, which
welcome
means...
to the hood, as
Thank you
they
very
say.
Thank you.
Honorarily, we like to pee on you, so we're going to do that right after
That's
this.
great.
It's just a thing we do in OB.
It's funny because everybody does that on my lawn every night in OB.
Yeah. And Keith tells them to get off their damn lawn.
Yeah.
Thank you. So Troy, I mean, I've known you for a while. I worked on, I did one appearance on that Fox Rocks, your show Fox Rocks.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've known each other forever. San Diego guy Made Good. I just finished.
Made okay.
I was binge watching. Not that I don't always watch the Food Network, because I do. But to prepare for this show, I was watching Netflix and I watched Guy's Grocery Games, and you are all over that thing. You're the main judge on Guy's Grocery, on Triple G.
Triple G, yeah.
Does all of his shows have to rhyme like that? They all have to be Triple G.
They all have to
G?
be triplets, yeah. Triple X, triple. I mean,
that's Guy Fieri. That's a friend of yours now, right?
Guy Fieri,
right.
Yeah. So I was basically down and out of television, out of media, wallowing in my sorrows with a bottle of Jack in a corner somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And he called me up and said, "Hey, I heard you're a loser now. Do you want to come on my show?"
Okay.
You know, and he basically pulled me out of semi-retirement, out of TV, and we've been doing it now for 5 years. We started it.
Is that how he picks all the judges? He waits till they hit rock bottom and then he pulls them on the...
Yes, absolutely.
It's good to know.
In my case, it was definitely true.
Is that right?
But I mean, we basically started that thing in a like LA grocery store, a real grocery store, which we shut down for 2 weeks and took over this thing. They had to pay some ungodly amount of money to the grocery store. I think it was like $35,000 a week.
Yeah.
You know, and then they built him his own grocery store in Santa Rosa.
Flavortown.
Flavortown.
That's what they call it,
the name
Flavortown.
of it. So yeah, we've been doing that, and so you know.
That must be so much fun. Judging food. I mean, how do you, being a food critic, I would be a terrible food critic because I'd just be like, yeah, it's great, more, give me more, it's awesome, more. I mean, how do you not blow up to giant size being a food critic?
Well, I'm medium giant size right now.
Medium?
Yeah, I have a 2-bite rule.
A 2-bite rule?
A 2-bite rule, because,
Okay.
I mean, we go out and eat all the time, right? I mean, so my job is calories. I am Pac-Man, you know, it's just all the way through San Diego, right? So you have to just take 2 bites, otherwise, you know, I would be blocking out the sun, my loved ones wouldn't get sunlight, they'd atrophy.
But no exceptions? I mean, there's got to be exceptions where you're on, like, you know, Iron Chef or something, and you're like, 2 bites, forget it, right? And you just go for it.
Okay, yeah, there are some exceptions. I mean, there's sometimes on Triple G when we'll get, you know, somebody like, there was a chef from LA, there was an amazing chef, and sometimes we'll get some really bad cooks, you know, but you get this amazing chef who cooks you something, and somebody tries to take your plate after the round, you're like, get away from me. Totally. No, I'm not done.
But you said 2 bites.
You said 2 bites. That's what I try to stick to.
Yeah.
But then again, I also try not to drink. I also try to go to church every Sunday, and that doesn't happen.
Give it a shot.
You know.
So let me ask you, as a food critic...
Did I call my mom today? No.
Right. What do you know, or can you remember what the best thing you've ever eaten on one of these shows, and maybe the worst? Do you have like a couple things?
How about my favorite food in the world?
You have a favorite food in the world?
Ice cold milk and Fruity Pebbles. Who doesn't love that? Fruity Pebbles! Yeah! So good.
That is an odd choice for that's the
I'm
number
more of
one
a
thing. That
Cocoa
would be
Pebbles guy.
yeah. I got to rewrite all your criticisms now. I don't know.
I will tell you this: the best food I've ever had in my entire life. There's a chef up in Del Mar. He should have already won a James Beard Award. His name is William Bradley at Addison at the Grand Del Mar. This is a very high-end restaurant. If you want to spend rent on dinner, this is where you go. It will cost you an arm and a leg. You do need to own a couple islands. And you know, it's somewhere in the Middle East to eat there. But it was the best meal I've ever had in my life. Just bite after bite. It was like a religious epiphany on my palate.
You mean
fantastic.
bite after the second bite? That was it? Just two?
Nah, it went all out the window there.
Huge bill, 2 bites. It backfired.
I rolled out of there into an Uber, and I'm just like, I don't know who I am anymore. Take me home.
And then you still wrote a bad Yelp review, probably, right? No. So you.
Did you just Yelp me?
Does that? No. But how annoying is that? Don't you feel like people only give bad Yelp reviews? Do you give good ones? You give good. I mean, you give good reviews, don't you? You don't.
I do. No, I do. The thing about being a food critic is this. I mean, I got into this not to take out my unresolved mommy issues on some local restaurateur. You know what I mean? So I'm not going in there with a bully pulpit going, oh, this could have been better. You need more salt. You're the scum of the earth. You know, you just kind of like try to point out like what could be better because you've eaten 1,000 dishes like this. I have had duck now, like 300 ways.
Right.
You know, and I kind of take that mental catalog and I run it by what I'm eating right now to what I ate in the past.
Yeah.
And then, if it sucks, I'll say it sucks. But I'll say it sucks in a very nice human way.
Right.
You know, not in a,
But like, I mean, you're like you have to review things like on guys' grocery games. It's like a really difficult challenge. They'll switch carts on people, and they have this like nightmare situation.
Yeah.
And then you judge them. That's the thing that like to me, like I see Chopped. And they give them like a basket of like inedible ingredients.
Yeah.
Like take this fingernails and hair and make food, and then they judge them.
Here's a rubber band.
It seems unfair to me that they. What I've noticed, and you correct me if I'm wrong, the way to win at any of those cooking contests,
Not compete.
not compete, or just add bacon to everything. Isn't that what they do on everything? Like, oh, this fingernails and hair really tastes like you've infused the bacon, chef. You're a genius. Move on to the final round.
Bacon hair is one of my favorite things on the
Bacon
planet.
hair is good.
I love bacon toupees. Those are great.
Bacon.
The thing is, I just competed on guys' grocery games. This will air
Oh, wow.
later on this year, so I can't say how I did.
So they make the
I
critic
actually don't even
cook?
know if I'm allowed to say that.
That's incredible.
Did Food Network just fire me?
Oh, wow. That
I
was the
think
first.
so. So I have an immense respect for anybody who can compete on one of these shows. I mean, you've got a massive grocery store, unlike Chopped, where they give you like 3 ingredients,
Right.
and they're like, here's your hair, cook.
Yeah.
On grocery games, you have an entire store. You've got to shop.
It's so hard.
It's way too many ingredients, and you only have a half an hour. So you got to go get your ingredients,
The
get
worst-
back to your station.
What about that challenge where they're like, you got to use one thing from every aisle, and one of the aisles is just like baby diapers and dog food. I was like, what am I supposed to use that? Like, I see people using like baby food. They're like, I'll just infuse the puree with this. It's like, what?
I think at that point, I would just be so pissed off that I would just get the dog food.
Just get the dog
Yeah,
food.
you're like, oh, does that taste suspect to you, Judge? You know, that's because it's Alpo, man.
You're probably giving them bad ideas if you're gonna be cooking. But okay, so let me ask the final question here for you because I know we're running out of time. But you have eaten at all the best places in San Diego. What is your go-to restaurant? You know, I know you wrote San Diego Magazine has a best restaurant issue. I know I don't want to put you on the spot. Maybe you could pick a couple, but like, is there secret hidden gems that we don't know of in San Diego that we'd got to go try? The best restaurants?
No secret hidden gems because we're all covering the heck out of it these days.
Yeah.
But I will say this, Juniper and Ivy down in Little Italy is doing some amazing stuff. My favorite chef in San Diego is Jason Knibb at 910. He's in a Grand Colonial Hotel in La Jolla. The guy is fantastic, lights out. You go into this place and it kind of feels like, Grandma was uninspired with her decor. Totally honest. Sorry, Grand Colonial. But the food is absolutely fantastic. Get the Jamaican jerk pork belly and then just moan for the rest of the day.
That sounds awesome. That
Gonna
sounds
need
awesome.
more than 2 bites for that one.
2 bites?
Yeah. Like that. 1, 2.
You take the bites while moaning.
Yes, that's
Right.
it.
So, Troy, where can they catch you next? What's your next project coming up? Where can they find you online, that sort of thing?
Online, my Twitter feed is what I do now. I just do nothing but bad jokes on Twitter.
Noticed, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You do it all.
CNN picked it up. BuzzFeed picked it up.
Yeah,
you know,
that's incredible.
@_Troy Johnson, the worst Twitter handle of all time.
Still getting retweeted like a mug.
Getting retweeted.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to put out a book here soon about growing up with my gay mom in the 1980s, which is called Son of a Butch.
Son of a Butch, that's right. So check him out. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time.
Thank you, guys.
Troy Johnson.